Success isn't just about achieving wealth, status, or recognition. It's about mastering the challenges life throws at you every single day. Imagine for a moment standing on the edge of a battlefield, surrounded by chaos and uncertainty. Your mind races, but deep within, you find an unshakable calm that allows you to not only survive, but thrive. That, my friends, is the power of Stoicism. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey through 10 powerful Stoic principles that can help you unlock your potential and achieve lasting success in your daily life. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you, how do you respond when things don't go as planned? Do you let stress take over, or do you turn adversity into opportunity? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to transform every setback into a stepping stone. And if you're ready to make that change, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. The Stoics, ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, understood that life's hardships are inevitable, but how we respond to them defines our success. These timeless teachings aren't just for history buffs. They're practical tools for anyone who wants to achieve personal greatness. Think about it. Every challenge you faced could have been an opportunity for growth. What if you could rewire your mind to see every obstacle as a chance to become stronger, more resilient, and more successful? This is exactly what Stoicism offers, and I'm here to show you how. But here's the kicker. These Stoic lessons aren't about being passive or accepting defeat. They're about taking control of the one thing you can always govern, your mindset. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how focusing on what you can control, embracing challenges, and mastering yourself can unlock a version of you that's ready for anything life throws your way. So let's jump right into our first Stoic lesson. But trust me, you'll want to stick around for all 10, because the final lesson ties everything together in a way that might just change how you live your life. Don't miss out on these strategies. Remember, if this resonates with you, leave a comment down below and share which Stoic principle you're most excited to apply. And of course, subscribe for more videos that help you unlock your true potential. Let's get started. Lesson 1. Focus on what you can control. Let's start with a question. Have you ever wasted hours stressing over something completely beyond your control? Maybe it was an unexpected traffic jam that made you late for an important meeting, or perhaps a last-minute change to a project you worked tirelessly on. The frustration builds, but here's where the wisdom of Stoicism shines. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Roman emperors and Stoic philosophers, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple yet profound principle is at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Focus on what you can control. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in external events, the things we can't change. But what the Stoics taught us is that the only real control we have is over our own actions, thoughts, and reactions. Imagine you're in a situation where everything seems to be going wrong. Instead of panicking or stressing out, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I control right now? This small shift in mindset can completely change how you handle adversity. It's like steering a ship through a storm. While you can't calm the waves, you can certainly control the way you navigate through them. Now, let's bring this back to your life. What's something you've been worrying about recently that's out of your control? Take a moment to reflect and see if you can redirect that energy towards something within your grasp. The next time you face a challenge, try applying this principle and see how it transforms your response. But this is just the beginning. In the next section, we're going to dive into how Stoics embraced life's challenges and turned obstacles into opportunities. This mindset shift is the key to unlocking even more potential in your daily life. Stay tuned, because this next Stoic lesson might just change the way you view adversity forever. Lesson 2. Embrace challenges as opportunities. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you faced a major obstacle in your life? Maybe it was something that knocked you off balance, a failed project, a personal setback, or an unexpected change that left you reeling. It's easy to feel defeated when life doesn't go according to plan. But here's where the Stoics offer us an incredible mindset shift. Obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously said, "Difficulties show a person's character." And it's true, how you handle adversity reveals your inner strength. The Stoics believed that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to sharpen your skills, and to become better. Think of life like a training ground. Each obstacle is a weight that, when lifted, builds your resilience. In fact, Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, once wrote in his Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful quote reminds us that our struggles are not things to avoid, but to embrace as opportunities for progress. Now, think back to a challenge you've recently overcome. Did you come out of it stronger, wiser, or more prepared for the next hurdle? That's the magic of Stoicism in action. Next time you're hit with adversity, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this?" This mindset shift is transformational and will open doors to personal growth that you never knew existed. But there's more to this story. In the next section, we'll explore how Stoics didn't just stop at embracing challenges. They took it a step further by mastering themselves. And trust me, this lesson on self-mastery will give you the key to unlocking freedom like you've never known. Stay tuned. Lesson 3. Practice self-mastery. Picture this. A great warrior stands in the middle of a battlefield. Chaos erupts around him, but he remains calm, focused, and composed. Why? Because he has mastered the only thing within his control, himself. This image of self-mastery is central to Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of Stoicism's greatest teachers, once said, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." This powerful idea isn't just about controlling your emotions. It's about controlling your thoughts, desires, and actions. That's where true freedom lies. Self-mastery isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming the ruler of your inner world. When you can control your impulses, discipline your mind, and make decisions based on reason rather than emotion, you unlock a level of personal power that most people only dream of. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but rather learning how to channel them effectively. Just like an athlete trains their body, Stoics believed that training the mind is essential to navigating life's challenges. Imagine having the ability to stay calm in a crisis, to avoid impulsive decisions, or to simply resist temptation. That's what self-mastery gives you. Now, let's bring this back to your daily life. Think about a time when you acted on impulse and later regretted it. Maybe you lashed out in anger, made a poor financial decision, or neglected a responsibility. How different would things have turned out if you had mastered your reaction? This is where Stoic wisdom can change everything. The next time you're faced with a difficult situation, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what's the best most rational response I can make right now. Mastering this habit will set you apart in every area of life. But here's the exciting part. Mastering yourself is only one piece of the puzzle. Up next, we'll explore how living fully in the present moment can unlock even more success in your daily life. Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss this next key Stoic lesson. Lesson 4. Live fully in the present moment. Think back to a time when you were so wrapped up in worry about the future or regret over the past that you missed what was happening right in front of you. Maybe it was a family gathering, a work opportunity, or even a quiet moment of peace that slipped by unnoticed. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, has a message for us here. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. The Stoics believed that true happiness comes from living fully in the present moment, not getting lost in what could have been or what might happen. This isn't just about mindfulness, it's about making the most of every single day. The Stoics had a term for this: carpe diem, seize the day. They understood that life is fleeting, and each day is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, and to live with purpose. The lesson here is clear. Don't waste your energy on what's outside of your reach, whether it's a future you can't predict or a past you can't change. Focus on the present, because it's the only thing that's truly yours. Now, let's pause for a moment. What are you focused on right now? Are you fully here, or are you distracted by worries about tomorrow? The next time you find yourself spiraling into overthinking, stop and remind yourself, this moment is all I have. What can you do right now that will make a difference? Whether it's improving your work, enjoying time with loved ones, or simply being at peace, the present is where your true power lies. But the Stoics didn't stop at simply living in the moment. They also believed in detaching from the outcome of our efforts, a principle that ties closely with this one. In the next section, we'll dive into how letting go of the need for specific results can free you to find even more success. Don't go anywhere. This next lesson will change the way you think about success and control forever. Lesson 5. Detach from outcomes. Think about the last time you poured your heart and soul into something, a project at work, a relationship, or a personal goal, only to have it not turn out the way you hoped. The frustration, disappointment, and sometimes even anger can weigh heavy. But here's where the Stoics offer a liberating perspective. Let go of your attachment to outcomes. Epictetus once said, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens, happens the way it happens. Then you will be happy." This isn't about giving up on ambition. It's about releasing the need to control every result and finding peace in the process. Detaching from outcomes doesn't mean lowering your standards or accepting failure. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about pouring your best efforts into everything you do, but not letting the result define your worth. Imagine a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. They can control every strike of the hammer, but not how the marble might break or how others will perceive the final work. The focus, then, is on the craftsmanship, the precision, and the joy in the act of creation, not in the applause that may or may not follow. Now ask yourself, where in your life are you holding on to the need for a specific outcome? Maybe it's in your career, your personal life, or even your health. How would things change if you focused entirely on your effort and let the results take care of themselves? Detaching from the outcome allows you to work with less stress, more clarity, and greater fulfillment. But this is just one part of the Stoic puzzle. Up next, we'll look at how Stoicism teaches us to use failure as a stepping stone to success. Stay tuned, because the next lesson will show you how every setback can propel you forward. Lesson 6. Use failure as a teacher. Think of a time when failure knocked you off your feet. Maybe it was a business idea that didn't pan out, a relationship that ended, or a goal you couldn't quite reach. It's tempting to feel defeated and give up when things go wrong, but the Stoics saw failure as a necessary part of growth. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, failure is not the end. It's a critical step toward success. Stoicism teaches us that failure isn't a reflection of our worth. It's a lesson. The great Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus believed that each setback is an opportunity to sharpen our resilience, refine our skills, and adjust our strategy. Imagine a scientist in a lab. Every failed experiment brings them one step closer to a breakthrough. That's how the Stoics approached life. Setbacks weren't obstacles to be avoided, but tools to be embraced. Now, here's where it gets personal. Think back to a recent failure. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? What did that experience teach you that will make you better the next time around?" When you start seeing failure as a teacher rather than a defeat, you unlock a powerful Stoic mindset that fuels personal growth. But we're not done yet. In the next section, we'll take this idea even further by exploring how Stoicism encourages us to stay objective and avoid unnecessary judgments. This lesson will help you build a stronger, more focused mind, so don't miss it. There's more wisdom to come. Lesson 7. Stay objective and avoid judgments. Let's take a moment to reflect. How often do we jump to conclusions about a situation, only to later realize we were wrong? Maybe you've misread someone's intentions or thought something was a disaster when, in reality, it wasn't as bad as you initially believed. The Stoics knew how powerful our judgments could be in shaping our experiences. Epictetus put it perfectly. What disturbs men's minds is not events, but their judgments about events. In other words, it's not the things that happen to us that cause stress. It's how we interpret them. Imagine a scenario where you're running late to a meeting because of traffic. It's easy to get upset, thinking the day is ruined. But what if you paused and chose to see it differently? Maybe the delay gives you time to mentally prepare for the meeting or enjoy a few quiet moments to yourself. The Stoics believed in stripping away unnecessary judgments and seeing things as they are, without adding layers of emotion or exaggeration. This practice allows us to maintain calm and focus, no matter what life throws at us. Now think about your own life. What situations are you blowing out of proportion because of your immediate judgment? Is there something you could approach with more clarity and objectivity? The next time you're faced with a challenge, remind yourself of Epictetus's words and try to see the situation without the emotional weight. It might just change how you react and how you feel. But clarity of mind is just one part of the Stoic toolkit. Coming up next, we'll dive into how regular reflection can sharpen your self-awareness and help you grow. Don't go anywhere. This next lesson is key to understanding how to stay on track with your goals. Lesson 8. Regular reflection for growth. Imagine this. It's the end of a long day. You're lying in bed, scrolling through your phone, feeling exhausted, but not really sure where your time went. This is where the Stoics offer a simple but powerful tool for growth: daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men of his time, would end each day by asking himself, "What did I do well? Where did I fall short?" This practice of regular self-examination allowed him to grow constantly and stay aligned with his principles. For the Stoics, reflection wasn't just about looking back. It was about learning and improving for tomorrow. Reflection helps us identify patterns in our behavior, both good and bad. Maybe you've noticed that you get distracted easily during the day, or that you're quick to anger in certain situations. By taking time each night to reflect, you gain clarity on what's working in your life and what needs adjusting. Seneca, another great Stoic, recommended this nightly habit as a way to track progress and fine-tune actions. Think of it as a personal check-in, a moment of honesty with yourself where you ask, "Am I becoming the person I want to be?" Here's something you can try tonight. Before you go to bed, set aside just 5 minutes to reflect on your day. What went well? What didn't? Where could you have been more patient, more focused, or more present? The goal here isn't perfection, but growth. Each day, small improvements compound into major shifts in character and success. But we're not stopping there. Up next, we'll explore another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, moderation. The Stoics believed that true wealth lies in having few wants, and in the next section, I'll show you how practicing moderation can simplify your life and free up your mental energy for what truly matters. Stay tuned. Lesson 9. Practice moderation. Picture this. You're at a dinner party surrounded by delicious food, drinks flowing freely, and people indulging without restraint. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and lose track of how much you're consuming. But the Stoics had a different philosophy, one centered on moderation. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." The Stoics believed that true freedom and happiness come from simplicity, not from indulgence or excess. Moderation isn't just about avoiding overindulgence in food or drink. It's a mindset that applies to every area of life. Whether it's your spending habits, your use of social media, or even how you spend your free time, practicing moderation brings balance and clarity. Imagine how much more mental energy you'd have if you weren't always chasing the next purchase, the next thrill, or the next distraction. By cutting down on unnecessary desires, you free up space in your mind to focus on what truly matters. Now, let's make this personal. Take a moment to reflect. What area of your life could benefit from more moderation? Is it your time spent online, your consumption of material goods, or maybe even how much you take on at work? When you start practicing moderation, you'll find that it leads to greater contentment and less stress. You no longer feel like you're constantly running to catch up. You're in control, and that's where the real power lies. But moderation is just one part of Stoic wisdom. Coming up next, we're going to dive into an even deeper Stoic practice, Memento Mori, or the reflection on mortality. This one might just change how you view life entirely. Don't miss it. Lesson 10. Memento Mori, reflection on mortality. Let me ask you something. How often do you think about death? It might seem like a grim topic, but for the Stoics, contemplating mortality wasn't meant to be morbid. It was a reminder to live fully and with purpose. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful Stoic thinkers, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." The Stoics practiced memento mori, the reflection on death, not to scare themselves, but to push them to make the most of every moment. Think of life as a ticking clock. Each day, hour and minute is a gift, but how often do we let them slip by without thought, focusing instead on trivial matters or delaying our dreams for someday. Memento Mori brings you face to face with the reality that life is finite, but instead of inducing fear, it empowers you to focus on what truly matters: your relationships, your purpose, and the impact you leave behind. It strips away the unimportant distractions and forces you to ask, if today were my last day, would I be proud of how I'm living it? Take a moment to reflect. How would your life change if you remembered that time is not endless? What dreams would you pursue? What arguments would you let go of? The power of Memento Mori is that it gives urgency to life's most meaningful pursuits, encouraging you to live boldly and with intention. But we're not done yet. Our final Stoic lesson will tie everything together. It's about bringing all these principles into a cohesive daily practice to unlock the best version of yourself. Trust me, you won't want to miss this final piece of the puzzle. Stay with me. As we come to the end of this journey through Stoic philosophy, let's pause and reflect on what we've uncovered. From focusing on what you can control to embracing challenges, practicing self-mastery, and remembering the finite nature of life, these 10 Stoic lessons hold the key to unlocking a life of purpose, resilience, and success. The ancient Stoics lived by these principles, not as abstract ideas, but as practical tools for navigating the ups and downs of life. And now you have those same tools at your disposal. Think about how these lessons can fit into your daily routine. What would your life look like if, instead of being overwhelmed by stress or setbacks, you faced each day with a calm, focused mind? If you used failure as a stepping stone, let go of outcomes, practiced moderation, and reminded yourself that each moment is precious, how much more could you achieve? I challenge you to start applying just one of these Stoic principles today. Maybe it's reflecting before bed, practicing self-control in a moment of anger, or embracing a challenge as an opportunity to grow. The impact will be immediate and powerful. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which Stoic principle resonated with you the most? Leave a comment down below and share your thoughts. And if you found value in today's video, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights that help you unlock your full potential. Thank you for joining me on this journey of growth and wisdom. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and remember, the power to live a fulfilling life is already within you. You just need to unlock it.